I try to journal a lot, but sometimes you fall off and you don't really do anything. And sometimes when I'm journaling, I think I'm also channeling my higher self. And I journaled for the first time in a while recently, and I'm going to share it. Spring is sprunging. Life is moving. If you want change, it's time for action. But it's confusing. But you're making it so. It's fear, my love. You feel it in your heart now as you write this down. It may not work out the way you want it. It might not go the way you planned. But you know the truth by now. The only way to find out is by taking the steps. You'd like everything to be handed to you on a silver platter. And I promise you, it will be. But you have to step outside your comfort zone and follow the could-bes. Who cares if it doesn't work out? Who cares? You care. Let it go. You have so many ideas, so try one out for size. We're here with you. You want a message to channel? I'll give it to you. Don't worry about the money. You've left it to us. Trust, my love. Trust in the abundance. The thoughts are fine. They are nothing more than that. Go ahead, speak this aloud, and let this energy flow. The abundance, it's sitting outside in the sun. Her warmth melting into me. Going to the market with my grandparents and watching them feel normalcy. It's the big birds and the small ones and all the in-between. Those oversized bumblebees taking flight back to their queen. It's the witnessing of the small things, the inherent beauty around me. Why am I so lucky to live in such greenery, surrounded by luxury? So I've been struggling recently with just, what am I doing with my life? What are we doing? What's going on here? That's the goal. But yeah, I've been struggling with that, and purpose is it's just a wild thing, and I think I realize it's a journey to find your purpose, and a lot of times your purpose might not be realized until the end of it all. For some of us, others maybe have a clearer time with it, but if you're anything like me, you just feel stuck and stagnant, like you're always waiting. You're waiting for that message telling you what exactly it is you need to do, where exactly it is you need to go. You're waiting for something external from you to make the road clear, to lighten your path. And that's what I've been doing. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. But I realize I don't think that's how it's going to work for me. Maybe for some it will. I do love that. What's it called? That Hamilton song? Wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it. And I think there's definitely a solid message in there. But maybe I have to take on the role of Hamilton and just go for it. And for me, the hard part is it's not knowing what it is I'm going towards. I'm like, what's the goal here? Where am I trying to end up? Because I've never really been one of those people who's extensively passionate about one thing and has all of these ambitions and needs to end up here to feel complete. I've never really been that person. And so I've just been waiting, I guess, for it to come to me, but it hasn't. I mean, it has come in a way. The message is just different. I think for a lot of us, the purpose is just to experience life. It's not about being the best at this or the best at that. It's not about reaching the highest heights you possibly can. And that's hard to grapple with sometimes. You know, I think we'll realize how lucky we are to have such a journey in this life, for it to be about the journey itself and not really what it's the contents of it, not where it takes us, just to be about the experience. But before you really start that journey, even though I'll tell you now it's already started, you look at everyone else and it's like, why can't I just be like Victor and Christina and know I want to be an astronaut my whole life and go to the freaking moon? Not that you can't. That is still something you can do. You don't have to dream of being an astronaut your whole life, but sometimes it's just about the little moments, you know. I just moved in to a new apartment in Colorado. I worked as a tutor, and then I get a call one day saying my aunt asking me to come out to Pennsylvania to help my grandmother after she gets her eye surgeries. And I was like, it was a bit of a decision, but at the end of the day, I was like, if I had all the money in the world right now, would I go? And the answer was yes. So I quit the job. Now I have no active income. And I'm in Pennsylvania, and you know what ended up happening? My grandma didn't even get the damn surgery. Her blood pressure was too high, so they had to cancel and probably reschedule for the summer. And so now I'm here in Pennsylvania. I'm not taking care of my grandmother. I'm not really doing anything. And so I'm like, why am I here? What is this about? What is the purpose of this? And I think it is to help me slow down more, to help me really understand the beauty of slowness, to just look outside the window. Pennsylvania and Colorado are vastly different geographically? Is that the right word? I don't know. But like when you look out at Colorado, unless you're looking west and you see the Rockies, you're seeing dry, flat land. And here in Pennsylvania, which people find crazy, I think it's so beyond beautiful because it's so green. There's rolling hills everywhere. There's flowers on trees. The sun just shines in such a warm way. It's also more humid out here, which I love. And it's seeing, like I said, the bees flying around me. It's spending this time with my grandparents who are pretty much in their 90s right now. You know, I don't have shit figured out in my life. But I think it's about being okay with that. It doesn't need to matter. You know, it's being grateful for the small things. And I think that is probably the lesson of right now. It's looking down at the food that I do have and saying, thank you for this meal. I'm so blessed that I have food on my plate. I'm blessed that I have a bed to sleep in. I'm blessed that I have grandparents who are obsessed with me. They're obsessed with all their grandchildren and children. It's not just me, but who just love so unconditionally and feel in a way that I don't quite experience. I don't know if I want to experience it, but I have yet to experience that type of love, feeling that type of love. All this to say, I guess, is if you're struggling with feeling behind the curve, it's a blessing. You know, I'm young still. So many of my peers are like jobbed up, married, kidified, childified, and I'm not there. And I actually am grateful that I'm not there. I wasn't always grateful that I wasn't there. You know, that's exactly where I wanted to be. It's what I longed to be. I wanted to be like everybody else. But now I'm genuinely grateful to be where I am at. Even if where I'm at looks the same as where I was at 5 years ago, but internally, it's so vastly different. I'm able to feel the world in a way I wasn't before, to take things slow, and to be okay with that. It doesn't all have to happen at once. It wouldn't be bad if it did now. But it doesn't all have to happen like that. And so if you're feeling behind the curve, maybe slow down even more. Maybe take a walk today and just sit in the sun and feel it on your skin. Feel the moment. You know? I think I wrote something else down. Maybe I'll save that for another day. But the universe has been around, scientists say, for 13.4 billion years. Humans, if you're lucky, you're gonna live for 100 years. In the grand scheme of things, we are a literal blink in time. We are a speck of dust on this universal timeline. It's so quick. But when you're in it, it feels so long. The moment just feels so eternal. And so make it feel even more eternal. Feel the emotions harder and more and deeper than you did before. Experience it all. Even the stagnation. Even the slowness. It's 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock right now. I've been up for 4 hours. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm ready to go to bed. What am I doing? What's going on here? I'm ready to go to bed. I'm like, I just want to scroll on my phone all day. I'm not going to leave the house. It's too cold. My grandparents don't have any doctor's appointments. I don't need to take them anywhere. We don't need to go buy groceries. But instead of scrolling on my phone today, what can I do instead? I won't go outside because it is too cold for me, but I could read a book. I'm going to help my grandma make dinner. Maybe we'll have a conversation and I'll think to myself, oh my gosh, you know, I underestimate them sometimes, but they're so wise and there's still so much I can learn from them. My grandma is one of the most empathetic people I've ever met, and I didn't realize that until 2 days ago. I've known this woman for 25 years. You're always changing, you're always learning. Stay in the moment, even if there's so much outside of the moment you wish you could have. It seems so much better over there, but you're not over there, you're here. And the only way to get over there is by being here first. I don't know if that made any sense. Okay.